Okay, this is a quick walk around 1991 Mercedes 190E. I'm going to start right here at the engine. It's the M104 HFM motor, 3.2 liter twin cam that I swapped in here. I've got a whole write-up on the 190 Revolution. Explains everything I did, all the wiring. It's running on a Megasquirt MS3X ECU. There's the whole fuse box down there, auxiliary fuse box. The stock wiring harness is all still back there. I didn't cut anything out, just in case I wanted to, put some additional features in it, get the cruise control, that kind of stuff working. But that's the engine there. The car itself has the Euro headlights. A little bit of rust starting to come through. For the most part, it's pretty clean, but it is starting to, especially on the front where there's rock chips and whatnot. It's from Arizona. The underside is really, really in good shape. E420 brakes, drilled slotted rotors, BBS wheels, new tires. Wheels I had powder coated, they match the valve cover on the engine. For the most part, it's pretty straight. There's some dents and scrapes. These were all there before I bought it. Custom exhaust. There's some pictures on my build thread about it. A couple more scratches in the paint, but kind of to be expected. Over here, this side's definitely worse. I kind of parked it in the light weird, but I have these two panels, this one and that one, but I'm missing some of those plastic clips. You can see they're broken. So if I had those clips, then they'd go on, but I do have the parts. There is tint on it. I think it's 85% tint. This is the worst, this fender here. Bought it like that. Somebody must have crunched it in a parking lot or sideswiped, I don't know. Custom lip, just a little added piece there. All the windows work, all the lights work. Interior is pretty clean. 95,000 miles. Here I have the tablet hooked up to the Megasquirt. That's Bluetooth. It's off right now, so it's not reading anything, but 5-speed swap. I'll show you this. Down here, there's the Megasquirt unit. Hides underneath the seat. All the wiring runs up underneath the seat and then clicks into the stock plastic rails that run under the carpet up front. This is the Bluetooth dongle, which I haven't really affixed anywhere yet, but that's where it lies right now. So then all the wiring pops out here, goes underneath the carpet into the plastic tray, and then walks up the side here, and that's a big ground for everything. Goes through the firewall into the engine compartment. All the ignition module and everything is back behind this panel. That's all bolted in place. This panel here, the kick panel there, and the kick panel on the other side, I have both those parts. I kind of don't like them in there. I think you have more leg room without them, so I left them out. This tablet is hardwired. There's a 5-volt power connection back here that I hardwired to the original cigarette lighter plugs. I also put a regular 12-volt cigarette lighter adapter back there that runs my radar detector, but you can put whatever you want back there. I just pop out this vent and you can reach it. You could even pull it out or put a hole in there and mount it. The 5-speed has all Delrin bushings. I did do the short shifter mod, 1-inch extensions on all the shift linkages. Climate control all works. There's no air conditioning, there's no AC pump, there's no condenser, nothing. I have the original condenser that will come with it, but you'd have to get the M104 compressor and hook it up to the stock system. Otherwise that would work. That's why I left the wiring in there, so you could rig that up with the stock wiring. Sunroof works, lights work. Headliner's in pretty good condition. It can be cleaned, but seats are in good shape. Door cards are in pretty good shape. We'll go over here and fire it up. It does not have an idle air controller. I have the M103 2-wire idle air controller, which is the easiest setup to put in. I just haven't done it yet. One of the next steps. When I start it, especially when it's cold, I usually just blip the throttle a little bit to make sure it fires up. But once it's running, it idles no problem. So now we've got, this is connected down here. Our AFR just came live, so we'll watch that. It kind of wobbles down and then recovers. Oil pressure's good. Temperatures are good. Radio's a Kenwood. All Blaupunkt speakers all over the place. Sounds pretty decent, but I didn't drill any holes or anything to try not to ruin the interior putting in a sound system. So 95,000 miles on the car. Engine's right about the same. Transmission has a little bit over 100,000. That came out of my donor car. I replaced all the fluid in it. It's got a new pilot bearing, new throwout bearing. New clutch. Grabs really nicely. Engagement is really good. Windows all work. Sunroof works. Fan works. Climate control does work. You can click through all these. Seats all power adjusted, those all work. Both sides. The only one that doesn't, so there's the headrest adjustment on the passenger. That doesn't work on the driver's seat. Nothing there. Not sure what's wrong with that, but I haven't messed with it. All the lights work, fog lights and everything on the Euro headlights are rigged up. The rear fog light works. Down here I have, this is the wire that powers the tablet. That runs back here. This would normally be covered by that kick panel, which I have, but I haven't installed. This right here is a launch control switch, so that sets the rev limiter to I think like 4,000 RPM, something like that, and that gives you kind of a launch control thing, all configured in the Megasquirt. Exhaust is kind of loud. It has some holes in it, and it's the stock downpipes to an X pipe right about here. That's where the O2 sensor is. That runs in the stock location down here. And then goes through two MagnaFlow glass packs, duals out to the back to a Borla muffler in the rear. The exhaust is the lowest hanging part of the whole thing, so that's what takes the brunt whenever you hit something. trailer glass packs. Those will like take the brunt whenever you run over a speed bump or something like that. But usually that doesn't hit. Usually clears most everything.